I'm pulling over. It's time to take a break. I want to talk to you guys about a theory that I just had. Hold on. Let me let the windows down. It's break time. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. Um, there's a theory that I've been thinking about as I was driving. Oh my goodness, it got super hot when I let the windows down. Um, my last client was a female, and she was we were just talking. She was talking to me about her life. People just open up, open up to me, and they just be talking, y'all. They just be talking. But this female, she was a military wife, right? And the things that she was telling me, what she went through as a military wife, had me think about, because you guys know I was a military wife myself, a former military wife and Army brat, because I grew up in the military, and I know with the program, a lot of people, they say that the military is part of the program targeting people, and anyway, I for the longest had a problem even contemplating that, because that's all I knew growing up, right? Was military life. Me being a military child, an Army brat is what they called it, and then marrying into the military once I got older. But the horror stories that I used to hear regarding military wives and what military wives have gone through, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks to think, you know, with the military being as tight knit, you know, something like a boys club, okay? And I mean, there's females in the military, trust and believe, but you guys have to remember that, I've been around the block, this military block a few times. So before it was saturated with men, I mean women, well men, I mean the majority of the military was men, and then you had a few, pockets of women in the military, and most of them, they tried to make their MOS be nursing or somewhere along there. So it was more male dominated, okay? And I'm not saying that men have not had issues. I'm just saying, I'm speaking out on what I have noticed, especially after having this conversation with this woman, my client, that when she was in the car, I was talking to her. So I'm gonna tell you her story really quick. And okay, so this was she looked about my age. Her hair was just gray, you know. So she had to be around my age. Married 20 plus years, okay? But when you're married and military, when they count being together, um, they count it as if you were married from the time your spouse enlisted into the military, right? So if you were married, as long as your spouse was listed in the military, they call that the 2020 plan. I wasn't 2020. Okay, so you get some money. Okay, so she was married 20 years, but He was in a little bit, like a few months before she was in the before they got married. This is, I tell you, like I told her, her story makes me want to really just be an advocate for military wives, former military wives, right? She was, and another thing that burns me up is, you know how we have heard on these platforms, oh, women should, be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, right? From men from that red pill community. Um, all they should know is how to cook and wipe babies' butts. Okay, you know, this woman was the epitome of that example. The epitome of that example. She told me she had 5 children. 5 children by the man she was married to, who was in the military. Now, I've always somewhat been a spokesperson, even, and I had to reel that in. Stop, just spouting off, even if it was right. Okay, I just had to reel that in. But when I was younger, oh, definitely on my jobs. If if it was wrong, it's wrong, and if I can find a way to make it right, we gonna make it right. So, with her being a young, now y'all got to go back, just go back in time with me real quick. With her being a young spouse, dependent, I mean, she's considered a dependent of him. With her being a young dependent, she told me that she got married to him. He brought her to the base that they were at, the last base that they were at, right? And when she married him, he had lied. Okay, now a lot of people might not put on the real face of who they are. They lie, people pretend or whatever. But there are just people out here who are real live narcissists. And I have to use that word because we've learned it and you understand what a narcissist is. So her husband, this is a Edomite couple now. This is a white male, white female. Um, Tells her, he has like 3 kids and a stepdaughter. So in total, 2 boys and a stepdaughter. But that was a previous marriage, yada yada yada. And so she's thinking, okay, he's been open with me. He's putting everything on the table. Okay, I can move forward with this man. Um, so she moved to the last, after they travel or whatever, the last military base. But when she got to the first one, y'all, she found out the man had 4 kids, right? He They got a house. He had I guess a small house or apartment when she got there. When she got there, come to find out he was behind on all of his bills, okay? And honey, being in the military, and especially being young in the military, a lot of these soldiers do not have any financial education to manage their money. Okay? A lot of them are running from issues, running from problems, and are running from jail. Either the military or the jail was a choice back in the day. So they don't have a lot of, you know, financial planning in their repertoire of managing bills. So she said she got to the home. Her husband just broke, basically. 4 children, all the children were his children. He was like, well, I need you to help out with the bill. So when she seen the bill, he's behind in everything, about to get evicted, just behind. Oh, guys. So she gets a job delivering pizzas, trying to help make ends meet, right? On top of that, being a mother with their first child, so they start having more children. Okay, so they wind up having 5 children total, 5 boys, I believe she said. And she helps this man, pulls him basically out of the mud because she also said when he brought his pay stub home, and she realized he was only getting like $800, and the rest was going to child support. So he had lied all the way around, guys. She was just lured into a death trap, basically. Now, if you're not military, or if you have not been affiliated with military and seen how life is as a child, a dependent, or a wife, you may not be able to relate to what I'm saying. So you may, kind of brush this off. But being a military wife or child is not a very easy, especially if you're a wife, um, place to hold. Okay, because the majority of the time they're always shipped off to a war or training, or so basically you are a single mother who holds down the house. Um, if you're gonna work, you're gonna work or go to school. Thank God I went to school. Although I worked, it just amazes me the things that we went through, and I say we went through as military wives, holding down a family and basically being a single parent the whole time, where the husbands sporadically came back. I mean, your spouse could be gone for a whole year deployment, come back for a few months, and then deployed out again for another year, and then come back, stay a couple of months, and then go into school for 6 months. So it's never really a consistent time. Only time I say it starts to get more consistent with your husband, your spouse being home, is when it gets time for retirement. Okay? Now imagine this years of separation, okay? Whether it be deployment or whether it be a training. I don't want to I don't want to say that all men would have a problem staying celibate and keeping their marital vows, but I have to be an adult with this conversation, and a lot of them, men I'm talking about, have an issue going a month being celibate or abstinent. Okay, we're just gonna keep it all the way 100. Men have a problem being abstinent or celibate for 1 month. So imagine your spouse being gone for an entire year. Okay? Do you hear me? Are you following? And then coming and wanting to pretend that they were celibate for an entire year. And now you might say, more women, it's hard for women. It is, and I know you're going to say I'm being biased with this, but it is easier for a woman, and more women maintain themselves as being celibate or abstinent from sex much, much longer than men do. Okay? And I know you're going to feel that that is a biased statement because I'm a female, but it is actual. It's factual, really. And when you look at the amount of domestic violence that takes place, a lot of it stems from the for, the cheating on your spouse, the infidelity that has happened. A lot of that domestic violence stems from that alone. Okay, on any military base that you go to. Now, understanding that, going 20 years, 18 years, holding down a house, but knowing that your spouse has been had infidelities, continues to have infidelities, and expect you to be 100. Now, this woman said that she was a housewife after from the first struggle. She was pregnant and driving, delivering pizzas, trying to get this man back on his feet. Now, the whole time she's helping to repair the situation that he got himself into before she even arrived on the scene. Pregnant, delivering pizzas, helping to restore his credit, his bill, his status, all the while he's growing in rank. So I asked her, I said, what was his rank, if you don't mind me asking, when you got divorced? And she said the divorce is not final, but it's about to be final. She was like, well, he was a E8, Sergeant First Class. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Being a Sergeant First Class, or E9 is Sergeant First Class, so he might be right under. I can't remember the ranks since I'm not affiliated with all of that, but he's up there, y'all. E8 in the military is up there in rank, okay? So she said when at the end of his duty, his soldiers, and on top of all of that, she was the FRG leader. You couldn't pay me. Although my ex was in the military, and depending on their rank, the spouses, us, the dependents, are expected to hold teas and coffees and brunches and meetings on top of doing your household duties and holding it down while your husband's gone deployed. They want you to be the backbone and the support of the unit's spouses, the wives that are left behind. So she was the FRG leader, pregnant, having 5 children. This man is a E8 at the end of his career. Woo, calm down. Don't get. This pisses me off because you may not, and I know a lot of you won't understand, but that's a lot of work. That's a whole hell of a lot of work. And it really pissed me off when I hear men talk about women should be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. Not getting no education, nothing, no betterment for themselves. And I guarantee you, hey Melanin, how you doing? I guarantee you that she helped him to go to each and every board that he went to get all of that rank that he has on his collar. I guarantee, because I know the story, because I lived it. I helped my ex get his rank that he proudly wore on his collar. So when it's a hell of a lot for a military spouse, the dependent side, to go through, okay? And to be the woman to have that over her head, to be the homemaker. I asked my client today, my client, she offered up this information. She said, well, she's having health problems at this stage in her life, right? Literally up underneath the tree. So anyway, the The military wives hold it down a lot, okay? So she tells me this man was having extramarital affairs on her. So much so. And this man is a leader, okay? He's a leader. And he's having extramarital affairs on her, so much so that his unit, the soldiers in the unit report him, turn him in, right? And I'm going to tell you how I know it's a boys' club. But there are some people, whether it be men or women, that are stand up people. So she said some soldiers in the unit turned him in because how she held it down, being the FRG leader, holding their wives down while they are deployed. Their wives have somebody to cry on. Do you know how much stress, how much anguish this woman held and had to bear? Man, you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But them soldiers knew. Those soldiers knew. That's why they told, higher ups about his extramarital affairs and how he was treating his wife, this Edomite lady, my client, and her husband was an E8 in the military. Now, my theory is that the military wives, are we targeted? Ex-military wives, are we targeted? The ones who have truly went through the battles, the ones who have truly, truly held it down. When she wrapped up her conversation with me, she said that after, and it rang true, and I know what she said was true because it happened to me. She said the soldiers, reported him. They went to, they take them and they investigate the situation. They took some of his rank, okay, which they could have took it off. They took some, and they probably, from what she said, they went to her for advice too. But just like there is good, there is evil, guys, and there is some kind of network throughout the military compounds and bases that truly hold these men down, truly. So the evil is there too. But they advised with her, we can take all this rank. And he was getting ready to retire, okay? And she said to them, and throw him in jail. Hallelujah. I knew what she said was true because that was what they told me regarding my own case. Mine had domestic violence involved in it, okay? So what I tell you is true. Hey, if you want to do your research, do your research. You gang stalkers probably already know. You probably already got all of the information. She said, no, don't take all his rank and don't put him in jail. Let him go ahead and retire. Meaning, this man is going to get a retirement money. He's going to get some money, right, for service. Although it might be not honorable service, but he's going to get some money for that time he put in. This woman told me she couldn't get nothing. Her children are now grown, so there's no need for child support. And there was no alimony because, different states, different states are different laws in different states, right? There are different laws in different states. So you're not going to get alimony depending on where you get divorced at. So all of her time being a homemaker, which is a job in and of itself, and if you're military, and holding his whole company down, the wives of the unit being the FRG leader, baby, that's why I knew it couldn't be me. I knew it couldn't be me. I know you lying. I should ride over there just for GP. Should ride over there just for GP. Y'all gonna catch y'all so simple minded people. Gang stalkers, y'all simple minded. What? What are you saying? What does that mean? I just heard her story. It just pissed me all the way off. I'm like, you know what? All I could do, see if they got the handicap sign. I ain't worried about they handicapping the mind. They handicapping the mind. I can't because they way across the street. They had to get out their car trying to they way across the street, honey. I don't care about they retarded, Melanin. Don't you they retarded. They let me get back on my theory. This woman allowed her husband to go ahead and retire. Go ahead and retire and get his retirement. Now she having health problems. Her kids are grown. She can't even get money for being married to him as long as she was. Even if it wasn't counting a couple of months. Hell, 19, 18 years is a long time to be married to somebody holding it down. They don't count. Listen up, men that want to throw women in the kitchen all the time, looking like homeless Betty, looking like homeless Sue, because she sure looked like a homebody. She was an older lady, but she was a pretty white lady. I could tell, even though she didn't have the common features that you consider as a pretty white lady. You know, y'all have standards, but I could see through the long gray hair that just looked just long and just no curls, no life, just long and gray, just drained. You hear me? Y'all Negroes and y'all Edomite men, you need to be in the kitchen. What the hell? What did the kitchen do for that woman? Cause she was in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. What the hell? And she was also knitting. This would piss me off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me get y'all back on me. I'm looking and turning y'all around. This would piss me off. She also knitting, crocheting, making little doodads with the crochet needle. This woman so broke, she's selling doggone her what you crochet with? The yarn. The yarn. This woman is selling the yarn on Etsy to survive. After giving 20 years of her life cooking, cleaning, wiping asses, sitting back rocking herself so much, her hair is straight gray, crocheting, had so much damn yarn. I mean, when you say home body, this woman her face in a dictionary like this. Home body. Doing everything imaginable that you would consider the perfect wife. You would consider the perfect wife. right? That's what these men on these channels. Oh, what's wrong with being in the kitchen? What's wrong with cooking? You want to be independent? No, nigga. I don't want to be left in the street with gray hair hanging down my head, stressed and drained and empty. That man left that woman empty. I'm pissed. And I truly believe because his soldiers stood up for this woman and he lost rank. This man was an E8. If you don't know, look it up. It's a high rank in the military as an enlisted soldier. He didn't come in with a degree and start off as an officer. He came in as an enlisted soldier. That means he had to work and get that rank. So I know good and got doggone well. She was there. Good and got doggone well. She was there helping him get that rank because I was there helping my ex get his rank. And while these women out here, I'm talking about military wives, helping, and I'm talking about young military wives coming in when they coming in, whether it be a month or two after they re-enlist, I don't give a damn. They was there from the entirety of the situation. Now this woman got gray hair strung down her damn back, life sucked out of her face, selling her yarn that she used while she was crocheting, learning her skills as one of the perfect housewives. I know them. I seen them. I helped them. You don't know how the military helps these soldiers be conniving, deceitful. I had to ask y'all while she was in the vehicle. Bless her. Bless her. Bless her. Bless her. I ask you guys, put bless her in the comments because I'm so serious about it. I am pissed how these men always hollering about what they want a woman to do, but don't do nothing for the woman. I'm pissed about it. Took every bit of her life essence. Even have a child with special needs. So Lord have mercy, bless this woman. Bless that woman. Mm, 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 mm. What is ASE? Melanie, tell me ASP. That's right. Bless her. It's an Edomite woman I'm talking to you guys about. Drained up, used up. And now he over what she say he was at I don't know if he's overseas somewhere, but now he got him an Asian wife trying to get her to the United States and she can't get here yet because they're still married. She has to sign the or she not whatever. The divorce is not finalized yet. I said, let me tell you something. He gonna catch it. He gonna get his, y'all. And I hope that Asian wife get over here, get all her family members over here, and leave his and I hope she have him get all the loans, take all the loans out on his good credit. That his white wife, his white Edomite wife, help him clean up his credit. To help him get his E8 rank that he got taken away because his soldiers told on him, not his wife. His soldiers told on him. Seeing that good woman get used up, he all overseas having affairs. Talking about, pray for me, send me a box, a care box, they dropping bombs. These men is out of control. So he done used up every bit of her life, her energy, her health, all in the kitchen cooking cornbread, muffins, and knitting, because she's a good housewife. But these Americas don't, depending on what state it should be across the god doggone board. I don't care what state you're in. If you've been a housewife and have never had a career or went to school, instant payment. Y'all better calculate the time and the hours, get rise and shine. Some of them wives be up at the crack of dawn with them babies. Excuse me, y'all. At the crack of dawn. And don't let them babies be sick. But they don't get nothing, no return on their investment. Nothing, nada, a big goose egg. Go sell your yarn. I'm sorry, y'all. It went down wrong. Go sell your yarn on Etsy to make ends meet. Y'all, I'm pissed. I'm highly pissed. That's why no. Women, go to school. Yep, I don't care. If you ain't got a natural propensity to be an entrepreneur, go get a trade. Yeah, I said it. Go get a trade. You're telling the truth. A lot of men do not seem to appreciate women who do not have their own. Bless her. That's right. Bless her. You got a long name. I'm going to call you Prophetess Jackie. Jacqueline. Jackie Kelly. Girl, you got a long name. It's sad. But this is what these men want to keep promoting. You need to be in the kitchen cooking. What? I wish I could get. I wish I had got her phone number so I could do a real interview with this woman. I'm saying, because you're probably wondering, well, you said you had a theory. You said there a theory behind the military and targeted military wives, ex-military wives. I do. I think when they feel that you, as a military wife, have come against their soldier, whether their soldier be just a dud or not, they were government issued, GI. They belong to the federal government. They put you on the targeting list. Even if you didn't want nothing from the end of the relationship, even if you saved they behind. Yeah, I don't know what making my throat itch. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to trigger nobody. My throat got caught up in the mix. Hold on. My throat got caught up in the mix, y'all. Hold on. I'm pissed. I feel like being an advocate for military wives. It needs to be across every state line. If these women put in the time, and if some of them didn't want, every woman doesn't want to play that traditional role as a housewife. In these days and times, women have dreams, aspirations, goals. And they might want children, but later down the line. Yeah, I need to drink something. Later down the line. Thank you, Milner.
Did they put something in my damn drink when they made it? Because you know, you buy something, you're taking a chance. They probably put something in my drink. That's why I'm coughing, choking. Every woman doesn't want to play that traditional role. Hell, I don't think the women in antiquity wanted to play the traditional role. You know how I know? The Proverbs wife, the perfect woman, was a businesswoman. Y'all remember I did the breakdown on that? Hold on, let me plug my doggone phone up. Looks like it want to go. The Proverbs woman, the perfect wife. Y'all don't want that. Because she was a businesswoman. I told y'all that before. Hold on. Yeah, they might have got me in my drink. Ooh, come on, thing. Hold on. I hope that ain't make. Is my selfie stick making too much noise? I'm gonna have to get me a real one. This little cheap selfie stick can be making too much doggone noise. My theory. You're a superstar. That is what you are. It's a boys' club. And these wives, although they were stand up and the ones, although we held these Negroes down and these Edomites down, okay, thank you. Although we held them down during their time of service, whether their service was half-ass or not, and believe it or not, it was most likely half-ass. Yeah, they got me because my throat just started itching like crazy. Hold on, let me drink my water. I don't know if they got me. Let me stop. Probably because I haven't drank coffee in a long time, y'all. So my body probably like, what the heck is this? These military wives held soldiers down. Now I ain't gonna say there's no exception to the rules because there always are exceptions to the rules. There's always sluts, whether they come on a male slut or a female slut that don't know they. Let me calm down. They left from their right, from being right in the world and doing the right thing. I'm talking about the ones who do the right thing. Okay? There might be something to this. I'm going to tell you another story about a military wife that I watched. It was one of my brother's friend's mother. Okay? Look, ain't nobody in this parking lot. I know you wanted to come see me, baby. This school parking lot is closed. I know you wanted to come see me. Get your behind on somewhere. Go find something. Go kick rocks down a busy street. That would be more entertaining than following behind me. Go kick rocks down a busy street. Especially, I heard a lot goes on over there, especially amongst the males. No offense. Oh, you ain't getting. Ain't no. I'm not a male. I can only hold myself accountable as a female, right? But I'm saying there's exceptions to the rules. It's some women that do things out of pocket. Okay? I'm not trying to say all the women in the military or all the spouses are perfect when it comes to the wives. on their end. But baby, it's more these dudes than a little bit that's out of pocket, but want these perfect wives and use them up, hold the house down while they on tour, while they going and halfway fighting these fake wars and screwing folks overseas, getting folks pregnant and coming back and the whole time draining the purity life out of your housewife that was cooking and cleaning in the kitchen, bending over because she popped out 5 of them for you, crocheting. Now she got to sell her yarn on Etsy to make it through. Hot with it. Pissed off. Coming up, one of our friends' mother went through a divorce at the end of her husband's tour of duty. But at the end, he wasn't at the end. Most likely, this affair was ongoing, like most of them are. Okay? He had an affair with the woman. He physically forced his wife, because see, his wife was there from the beginning, 2020. 20 years in the military and married together, so the military will pay her, give her some health coverage, a little something, which they should do anyway, if you've been holding it down. He physically made her sign that she didn't want the 2020 plan. She called this woman in her house, just disrespectful things towards the end. The children are halfway out of school, graduating. These are people we knew. This woman, his wife, was beautiful. So don't tell me about, she might have been this, she might have been that. These niggas cheat. I'm sorry, let me stop saying that word. But that's what they are. They ain't upstanding and righteous. They niggas. These niggas cheat. Whether you beautiful or not, these niggas can't keep that tallywhacker in their pants to save their doggone life. And it is not about, these, what's in your genes is what Most High put in your genes. And when he created Adam and Eve, he didn't create Jennifer, Becky, and Jacqueline. So what's in your genes is what you can do, because Adam and Eve, how long was they alive? How long did Adam live? How long did Eve live? Not 120 years. Oh, no, baby. Wasn't it more like 300 years? 300 years? Yeah. It's in Genesis somewhere. I don't know the exact chapter and verse. 300 years Adam lived without no other woman. But these Negroes, not even Negroes, these niggas and Edomites, let me get it. Because I don't want to I don't want to degrade the black man without degrading the white man. These honkies, that's what you are when you do your women wrong. You did the lowest of the low. Out here, just degrading their own damn selves. Don't tell me it's in nobody's genes, these men's genes, to be out here screwing. No, Adam lived 300 years. Eve lived the same amount of years. If we go be biblical about it, you know what I'm saying? This woman that we knew as a child, well, we were teenagers, getting ready to start our going to the world. This woman was beautiful, gorgeous woman. His wife was gorgeous. I mean, she looked like a candy apple. Her skin was caramel. Well, she was lighter than caramel. She might have been tapioca. She was a sister, but she was light skinned. Beautiful woman. Looked like she was a Spaniard, but she was black. He did that woman so wrong. Her beauty. I mean, he got out the military, married his mistress, got her, just threw her to the wind. After all these 20 something years holding down she was a housewife too. She was a housewife too, holding them children down, three of them. Holding them children down. All of them graduated. All of them doing something about themselves in life. That's because the mama was there rearing them children. While you out gallivanting in the world of the military soldier. You took your beautiful wife, and this woman was beautiful. She had to be, when I was young, she had to be every bit of 40 something, going on 50. But this woman's beauty was just immaculate. Home, immaculate. He forced her to sign these documents. Literally, fisticuff force. Threw this woman out on the streets with her, what was the last child was her daughter. Because I remember when I moved out to my first apartment, her daughter, they moved in next door, and her mom moved in with them. Her daughter was so tiny and feminine. Just a small, she's a cutie too. Went into the military. Why? To help. I don't even, oh Lord, I do not. Want to cry. This little tater tot, wasn't more than $1.05. Went into the military to support her family because she had a child too. Another one was on the way. Her story is something totally different because I tell you, I was the type of female that stood on business, whether you be my friend or I stood on business. Went into the military to support her children and her mother. When her father threw her mother out to the streets with nothing, you hear me? It wasn't his place to force her to sign that document saying declining her 2020 plan. That should have been a red flag, and it was later down the years, but then they fluctuate with this mess. Because too many men put the fisticuffs on these women because they don't want to pay what is known as something like alimony. Her daughter, the baby girl, went into the military to support her mom and her children and took her. And took her mom to every duty station that she was assigned to until she got out the military. And her mom stayed with her. Now, I tell you, when that divorce happened, and I'm not exaggerating on her beauty, and it doesn't mean you have to be beautiful for me to feel some type of sympathy. I told you the white woman, nobody really thinks she looked pretty, but I could see her prettiness in her pelt, her plainness. but her prettiness is hiding, is drained out of her. But I can still see it there as a ghost of herself. This woman, the mother that we knew, she went from a beautiful 40 plus looking woman, by just gorgeous, to the life being drained out of her. It seemed like overnight. While her father gallivanted on, got a home built, put the new woman in the home, these niggas must pay. I believe, even though this woman went through hell and high water, didn't even report this nigga. I believe she still was targeted. But thank God she was a mother, a nurturing mother, because she didn't have to depend on nobody but her children came in. And when her daughter finished her military career, she went to live with her children, and they put her in homes and things of that nature. That is sad, and they watched, they sorry. Let me slow down. And it's just the things that that woman went through. You can't tell me she wasn't targeted. Targeted for what? Military compounds, bases. For being a stand-up woman, being that, traditional housewife. Oh, in my case, traditional housewife, going to school, getting an education, and working, and involved in the community, and didn't send Joe hindquarters to the stockyard. Still, they come to me and ask me, you can have all his rank, ma'am, and we can send him to jail. And yet still I say no. Don't take his rank. Let him retire. And they still are the evilest ones to you because it's something wicked. There's something wicked here. Because I keep hearing these stories from military wives that have been stand up women. I'm not saying that there wasn't small arguments in the home. I want you to look at the whole picture as these women put in their work too. Half of the time when you hear about single fathers and stuff, they be struggling with one child. Damn near about to break down. Don't let them be a father with a female girl, a female child, and Lord, heaven help us. Hope she don't get touched. Make her the new mom. Y'all understand? There's something sinister. We wonder where our targeting comes from. There's something about this military wives. And the ones have been upright. The ones that have been upright, doing right, get done dirty. It's almost like the men, after you help them establish themselves, this happens you might hear that in business. What was the movie, Waiting to Exhale? 11 years I sacrificed You can leave me at the drop of a dime. Swallow my, you know. It's the same thing with military wives. They help elevate these men. Help, it's almost like you're not a wife. That's a grown ass child. But once you get him to the level of his so called somewhat success, they want to do you dirty or target you. It's something about it, and when I put my finger on it, I will finish up my theory regarding this military wives and targeting. With the same gender and others. I missed something. Did he meet the mistress? Yes, he met her in the military. That's why I said they be at war, screwing, at war, screwing, gone for years at a time. You hear me? And come back acting like they ain't did shit wrong. But have this woman put in her time as a whole housewife. Those housewives that these red pill brothers and Edomites keep hollering about, that's what they want traditional. And these traditional housewives don't get shit when these men turn around and find them a new Chinese wife. They find them, they done got all the status. They not a specialist no more. They not a private no more. So they done made their rank. Time to get out. They think they still got a little juice in their little tallywhacker. Want to trade in their wife that's been there. The steady but true. But give her nothing but the blues. So this woman, this Edomite woman with her long gray hair, life has drained out of her because she's been in the kitchen cooking and cleaning, popping out 5 babies, and nothing to show for selling the leftover yarn from her sitting back crocheting on Etsy to help pay the bills. Women, you got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. We don't want to think that these men will do you wrong. You don't want to think your young, handsome husband will do you dirty. You can't see 20 years down the road. You better take some advice and get you a skill, a trade, not a hobby. Turn that hobby into some money. So you won't be selling your yarn after you done popped out 5 children, held down a whole company's unit, wives in the unit, FRG leader. Build up your man. He got all this rank, all this money, getting ready to retire. And all you got is a string from your hobby, the yarn from your hobby that you got to sell because you ain't got no money, no retirement plan. All you got is a hurt foot and gray hair to show, and your beautiful children if they acted right. That's all you got. And you hoping you don't end up on Skid Row. You hope somebody buy your yarn. You can't even enjoy your hobby that you had crocheting because you got to worry about eating. Because that Edomite then did you dirty after 20 plus years. Y'all better get a new plan because cooking and cleaning ain't going to sustain you in the end. You better have more skill sets than cooking and cleaning and pushing out babies. You can take it how you want to take it. You better listen to somebody who has heard the horror stories, and it doesn't have to be an army related story. This is life. This is life. These men always hollering about, I can be 80 years old and still have a baby. Still have, yeah, you can have that old dusty seed still up in them nut sacks. You sure can. That's a threat to you women. Don't be held in bondage by that threat. Take your hobbies and turn them into a profitable business. Get a skill set under your belt. And if they fire you like they did me, even though you ain't did jack dilly squat, but be legit, too legit to quit, they had to fire, sister. Whether you drive clients around or go back in the workforce, that's my choice. That's on me. That's my choice. I got 2 degrees and I have several certificates of training. That's my choice, ladies. Let it be your choice. And trust and believe. I did all that house, holding down the household, going to school, working, did all that in my youth. Do it in your youth. But you better have something to cushion that fall just in case that hard wind blow that you weren't expecting. There is an agenda here, a theory of mine, not an agenda. I don't know if it's an agenda yet, but I'm going to look into this more. I'm out, and much, much love.